All right, time to talk about maintenance of your piece. As you handle it, you've accomplished the building of a nice slab cup. Once you get to this point, I want to start with handling it with care. I've had many students that have accidentally destroyed their projects just by being too rough. Know that with a soft slab cup, any movement that you put to that clay is creating cracks and seams. So if I am going to reposition it and I don't want it to change, I would always pick it up with two hands, make sure I handle it carefully. I would never pick it up by just the rim, as that rim will flex and bend or potentially break. But don't abuse the malleability or the flexibility of the clay at the moment, because it'll make it weak and potentially break in the future. Use this to your advantage in the sense that if you know in your design you need a little bend or flex with your project, then you can push and pull where you need to. It'll only bend so much, but say you needed that indentation, then this is the time to push it in. But be very extra attentive to, once you get your piece in the position that you like, say I wanted that curve, and then maybe I wanted this side to kind of dent in to match it. Make sure that once you're happy with what you have, to leave it as it is, and really don't sit there and bend back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. That's where you'll start to create those unwanted cracks and splits. Also, we wanted even wall thickness when we rolled out our slab, so I really encourage not to pinch or squish this any thinner, as it will cause it to fall apart. Just please make sure you leave those walls. You can add on extra clay, like say you wanted to attach other pieces, you could, or you can lightly carve into, but really don't squish or thin those walls any more than they are right now. Next thing is hydration. Your piece has already been taken out of the bag and rolled out, so it's lost quite a bit of moisture. So I would try to spray, if you can, your piece outside and in maybe every 10 minutes that you're working with it outside of the bag. But really, just kind of do a visual test. If it's starting to feel dry or looking crackly, then it needs some of that hydration. But two, over-wetting it or over-hydrating is another problem. So make sure that it's just a light mist, that you never puddle it in the bottom, as your piece can kind of start to disintegrate and turn to mud. That's some quick tips on taking care of your piece.